Look, thank you all for joining us for this announcement and celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month. Houston's diversity is well known, but what is not well known yet is the depth of talent in art and culture we have throughout this great city. And when I think of the many things Houston has in its favor, the creative community of artists, designers, musicians, and writers is among the most compelling that we have. I'm certain everyone here has heard from a visitor that they have had no idea how terrific Houston is, how much there is to do, and how great the food, music, and art scene is here in this city. And next year, we are going to take a big step forward in elevating what we all know to be true, that Houston is one of the best places in the world for arts. And we are taking here. Let me also acknowledge Brenda Lazan from Houston Furs. And Brenda, in fact, why don't you just come and stand with us, because you're a part of this announcement. We are taking this step to thank us, thanks to the vision and tenacity of the University of Houston. Give it up to Dean Tillers from the University of Houston. College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences and the Center for Mexican American Studies, which competed and won to be the host of the 2019 Smithsonian Latino Art Now Conference. Led by Dr. Pamela Quiros, Latino Art Now Houston is Latino-founded, Latino-focused, and Latino-directed. Not only that, because this is Houston and we go big or we go home, Latino, hey, grande, you know. Latino Art Now is a call to action for artists, community leaders, businesses, and nonprofits to showcase Houston's Latino artists to the nation during the Spring of Latino Art from February through May 2019. Last year, I think it was held in Chicago, and I think, am I right, Chicago? Yes. And what Chicago can do, we can do it bigger and better. And so this community in Houston, we are answering the call. A growing list of more than 30 partners and sponsors have already joined with UH to present exhibitions and programs this spring, and every day the list is growing. Houston will be overflowing with Latino art exhibitions in 2019. And quite frankly, is quite befitting, because I don't think there's any city with a more dynamic Latino community than right here in the city of Houston. But it's one thing to have the diversity, but if you don't showcase it, you're not saying very much at all. And so we talk a lot about diversity, but in this city, we have to learn to do better in terms of investing in that diversity, showcasing that diversity, lifting up that diversity, and putting it center stage. And that is why today I'm pleased to announce the City of Houston will be supporting this effort with a $25,000 grant to the University of Houston for the Spring of Latino Art. And in addition, I want to thank Houston First for contributing an additional $50,000 of in-kind support. Please give it up to Houston First. And quite frankly, we want to do everything that we need to do to make sure that this is a first-class event. When we have the eyes of really the country on us for Latino Art Now, it's important that we not half-step, that we do everything that we can to make sure that it is a first-class event and representative of the dynamic Latino community in the city of Houston. And quite frankly, it won't just benefit the Latino community. It will benefit the city of Houston as a whole. As go the Latino community in the city of Houston, so will go the city of Houston. So we're all interconnected, and we're all in this together. As I said, I know I'm not Latino, but my DNA es bueno. And so, look, we have to take a great deal of pride in what we have. And quite frankly, we can do a better job of showcasing the diversity in the Latino community in this city. And we have to commit ourselves to do that. I know you're going to push us, but in return, you shouldn't have to push too hard because if it's good for the Latino community, it is good for the city of Houston. And so now let me invite Antonio and Pamela to say a few words.
Muchísimas gracias al honorable alcalde Turner. Thanks a lot, Mayor Turner. That's really good. Entonces quiero decir a los hispanohablantes buenas tardes. Es un placer enorme estar con ustedes para esta celebración. I know just a little bit of Spanish, Mayor Turner. But also, Mayor Turner, speaking on diversity, a noted scholar once stated that when asked his definition of diversity, he said that diversity is not just being invited to the party, that diversity is being asked to dance. So here in Houston, we do salsa, bachata, merengue, and comba, and all of the others. So it's great being a part of this community. First of all, good evening to you all, and I greet you on behalf of President Renu Couture and Provost Paula Marek Short, the executive leaders of the city's university, the powerhouse, the University of Houston. As the MD Anderson Professor in Hispanic Studies and Dean of the College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences, I want to stress that we at the University of Houston are excited to participate in the announcement of this amazing cultural initiative in celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month. The University of Houston College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences and the Center for Mexican American Studies are proud to serve as home to the Inter-University Program for Latino Research, IUPLR, a consortium of university-based centers researching Latino issues. The partnership between CLASS and IUPLR underscores the college's commitment to nurture and promote cultural literacy and intellectual diversity. More importantly, this alliance serves as a commitment to further external partnerships that foster collaboration, innovation, and creativity, which transform the educational experience for our students. In February, as the city kicks off Spring of Latino Art, which is an umbrella of the university's Latino Art Now 2019, Houston and its university will welcome renowned scholars from across the country to discuss groundbreaking ideas, research, and artistic production. We at UH are ever more aware that initiatives such as this provides our students a unique, one-of-a-kind experience to engage firsthand national scholars, curators, critics, artists, collectors, honoring artistic work produced by artists of Spanish-speaking heritages. In keeping with an interdisciplinary approach, various partners will work with the Center for Mexican American Studies, such as the Catherine G. McGovern College of the Arts, to bring preeminent art to the city and to the University of Houston campus. As a result, again, our students will broaden their knowledge and understanding of diverse Spanish-speaking communities as they take part in meaningful dialogue, not just with artists, but also with artwork. Thus, it is with great esteem and enthusiasm that we at the University of Houston look forward to the Spring of Latino Art and Latino Art Now in 2019. Now, I'll ask my esteemed colleague, Dr. Quiros, to come to the podium.
Thank you, Dean Tillis. On behalf of the center, I want to thank Mayor Turner for his support, for your support of the Latino Art Now. It's this type of support that will enable us to truly make the Spring of Latino Art a citywide celebration. We're also particularly grateful to the University of Houston, our home. A very special thank you to the provost, Paula Short, who has not only supported the lawn substantially, but she has supported every initiative that CMOS has had. And she tells me there are many, and she's right. And of course, Dean Tillis, he was the first to provide support for the LAN. So thank you very much for that. Okay. And needless to say, without their support and the support of all of our sponsors and our participants and our executive committee and so forth, we would not be able to showcase these fabulous artists in the city and to the nation. And so I also want to acknowledge President Juan Munoz and the UH Downtown Campus, because they will be partnering with us to produce this outstanding event. And as the mayor said, it's not just for Latinos, it's for the entire Houston community. So some of my thunder's already been stolen, so I don't want to repeat things, but I will say this has become the signature event of the IUPLR. And in less than a decade, well, no, it's slightly more than a decade, it has become the premier Latino art event in the nation. So it's no small thing to have it here, because we will be just the 5th city to host this, major city, I might add. A special feature of the LAN is the Springtime of Latino Art. And as it's been mentioned, we're partnering with 30 organizations and scores of artists throughout the city to provide citywide exhibitions and installations, curatorial presentations, and a scholarly conference that will be at the University of Houston. We'll bring nationally and internationally known artists, and we'll even have a celebrity or two, but I'm not going to say who. It's a surprise. But what we're most excited about is showcasing our local Latino and Latin American artists to the city and to the nation. Because the LAN is a celebration of the lives that we live and our contributions to the city of Houston and the country. It's done in one of the most compelling ways, through visual and performing arts, and that makes it special, because art is not a luxury. It's an absolute necessity in life. The conference will actually bring together artists, curators, scholars, collectors, critics, and the public, and we're very excited about that as well. And we want this event not to just be a one-time event. We want it to have lasting impact. And with that in mind, CMOS is developing, with the appropriate persons, I might add, a permanent digital presence that will be an interactive digital board. This board is going to map out the public and the private Latino art spaces in Houston. And we hope that it will be an engaging tool and an educational tool that captures all of this through things like geotagging and videos and even augmented reality. So we're going to produce something very special out of this very special event. We're also creating a virtual registry of Houston's Latino artists, and that will be a first. So the LAN is a very special opportunity to embrace and empower its Latino arts community and to ignite enthusiasm and engagement among artists, among organizations and audiences in our communities, but not only in Houston, well beyond that, nationally. We hope it directs the national spotlight towards Houston, and we're very grateful. Thank you very much.
Let me just say, even last week at the Wortham Theater, when it came back online, Latino talent was on full display. For those who may have attended that production on last week, it was a fantastic event. I don't know if there's any questions at this time, but let me just do this. I certainly forgot, I do want to acknowledge Debbie McNulty for the work that she's doing with the Mayor's Cultural. And Julius DeBette, you can come over, Juliet, over the Department of Education. And is Chief Pena still here? Is Chief Pena still there? Okay. Okay. My other purpose today is to recognize all of the city partners here with us this evening. We work with many community partners and could not do all that we do without them. I do want to acknowledge Councilmember Robert Gallegos and Carla Cisneros for really pushing for the city and for the Houston First to be key principal sponsors of this event, and for the city to play an active role in not just doing something in a very token way, but being very real partners. So please give it up to these two council members. Today we are come to announce the support of this marvelous event that would take place from February through the end of May. But the reality is that we are still a long way from where we need to be. Let there be no mistake about it. It's a step in the right direction, but it's not the end of the line. And so we still have a long way to go. But what we can do is that we commit ourselves to do more, to build the sort of city that when you look at this city, you live in this city, you come to this city, you can be proud of the role that this city is playing, which means we all have to push ourselves to do more, so that when these kids, when they grow up, they can be proud of this city, and they can say that the city in which they were born and reared, or the city that they have come to, embraced us, supported us, invested in us, and uplifted us. And if we do it right, then I think we can all be proud of what takes place. So just thank you for who you are. Thank you for what you have done. But the best for this city has yet to come. And so let me, oh, University of Houston, where is Paula Mendoza? I was with her at lunchtime. Oh, come on, come front and center. Please come up. You know, I was with her today, and we've been on so many programs together. The Board of Regents, Paula Mendoza. Please give it up to the Board of Regents. Councilmember Robert Gagos, I think you have an announcement.
First of all, I want to take this time to thank Mayor Turner. I know that I reached out to him asking if he could meet with me and some representatives from Latino artists and Latino artist organizations, and we met at his office a few weeks ago, and we got his support in regards to addressing issues in regards to the Latino artists, Latino arts organizations in the city of Houston, and of course his approval of the contribution of the $25,000 to the lawn. So again, let's give a round of applause to Mayor Turner. I'd like to announce that the Institute of Hispanic Culture of Houston and Miller Theater Advisory Board presents the 34th annual Día de la Hispanidad, Day of the Hispanic World, and it will be held at Miller Outdoor Theater on Friday, October 12th at 7:30 p.m. It's free and open to the public, so hopefully we'll see you there on October the 12th, Día de la Raza. Thank you.